You know, I have been using Sena gear this season and have really been enjoying it. Now, I know I've reviewed a lot of different comms in the past, but so far, at least for me, this is just for me, the Sena Impulse, which is what I have been using. And if you guys have watched any of my motorcycle videos on this channel or the other channel, you'll see I've been using that helmet a lot. Everything is coming together super well, and I am just very, very happy with the setup. Plus, everybody that I ride with also uses Sena stuff, so being able to connect with them, especially with the mesh system, has been really great. And yeah, if you are looking at a helmet, and if you have a shop in and around your area, I would encourage you guys to go look at the Impulse, because for me, it's been fantastic. I've really appreciated it. But today we're looking at this. This is the Sena 50C. And just so you guys are aware, this is going to be hopefully a shorter video, because we're just going to take a look at what actually comes in the box and take a look at the actual comm unit. Now, the 50C or the 50 series, right? The 50S, the 50C, they have some other ones, really are the newest as of today, as of date of shooting, comms from Sena. And the 50C, the one thing that it makes it stand out, I think, from the other comms that are out there, is that the C is camera, right? So it actually has a camera. As you can see here on Amazon, we're looking at a Sena 50C. Now, this is Amazon Canada, right? Communication system with 4K camera system. Also has the Harman Kardon integrated mesh communication headset with premium microphone and speakers. And again, I'm going to say this. I have the Impulse helmet, which also has the Harman Kardon system in it, and the sound out of it is quite good, right? And the fact is that I can pair that system with like my Insta360 and those kind of cameras, which means that I don't have to have any open ports on the cameras, which is really nice. That's on that Impulse helmet. But even if you had it connected with something like this, right, because of the Bluetooth connection with your, it probably works with a GoPro Hero 12, I'm guessing, I don't know. But Insta360, the Ace Pro and the X4, for sure, I know both kind of work with that. Anyways, as you can see here, they are not inexpensive by any means, right? But you are getting like an action camera, sort of, I want to say sort of in here, because I have watched a lot of reviews. You're coming in at $700. So again, not inexpensive by any means. But, you know, this camera in it, because this is really the only reason that you're going to go for the C version versus, like, let's say the S version. I would not say that it's a replacement for your GoPro or your Insta360, right? Because it doesn't have that stabilization that you and I would get from one of those cameras, right? But you also got to think that if you were to buy an Insta360, let's say, you know, X4 or an Ace Pro, you know, you're looking at $500, $600, $700 for sure. And that's no comms. That's just that, because that's what that does. And those cameras do that ridiculously well. So if you kind of wanted that system in this system, you know, you're going to take a $500 unit and tack another $500 or $600 or $700 to it. And I don't think very many of us are going to want to spend over $1,000 on a comm system. But you and I do get the option now of almost, I would say almost using it, because you could use it, you know, especially if your head was really steady, because there, you know, it does have, I believe, if you drop resolutions, you get some like electronic image stabilization. But again, we'll in a later video, we'll show you some actual video recording with it. But anyways, great dash cam stuff for sure. If you just have it running, you know, you're going to get that dash cam-y kind of footage. At least you have a record of your ride. And if something does happen, that's going to be good to have. And you know what? For a lot of people, you're not someone that is publishing these videos up to YouTube and trying to make a living at it, right? So you know, the quality is not as important as what it would be for me. So you just want to capture the memory, the ride, the whatever. So I think it is cool, especially only having to have one unit on your head instead of like a unit here or in a unit here or a unit here, or you know what I'm saying, right? Anyways, this is it here. This is the 50C. What does it say here? Sound by Harman Kardon, integrated mesh and Bluetooth, integrated 4K camera, voice activated digital access, voice commands in 8 languages. It is smartphone compatible, and that is something that I think we'll take a look at today, because you want to be able to switch the channels in it so that you and I can, number one, have a channel that's accessible by everybody. Number two is that we verify that we have the most up-to-date firmware. So we'll see if we can do that today. Anyways, yeah, you're looking at about $700. This is the box, 50C. There's some stuff on the back here, which is way too small for me to read. You guys know my thing on small fonts. And again, a little bit bigger on the back. Ultra HD 4K 30 frames. Again, a lot of stuff. Advanced noise canceling. And that looks to be kind of it, other than what I've said before, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, firmware upgradable. So, and I do have to say, their noise canceling, when you're talking to somebody else on the bike, at least in my Impulse, when I'm talking to my friends, yeah, that's right, I have friends. It's incredible. It literally is just like, you might as well be just talking on your home phone. You know, anybody that has a home phone, your cell phone. I get it. Look at that presentation. That is lovely, you know? So it is chunky. Yes, I'm just gonna put that there for a second. It is chunky for sure, right? It's got some size to it, but you are seeing here, right, a little bit of I want to see weather sealing, right? The buttons themselves are nice and elevated, which is good. At the bottom here, you're gonna have your USB right there. What is that other one there? Oh yeah, this is a micro SD card, because unlike your standard comms, this one needs a micro SD card for you and I to actually record stuff, right? So it's going to go on there. Now, the other thing to just kind of be aware, I don't know the actual times, but if you're not using the camera and you're just using this for like listening to music and, you know, doing comm stuff, you're probably going to get that, I don't know, 8-ish hours, right, on a charge. Which is also good, because I know for me, I usually carry battery packs. So if I stop at a restaurant or whatever, what I'll do is I'll just take this and plug it into a battery and let it keep charging, especially if I know that I'm going to be riding for longer. Because I also have an issue with remembering to turn it off. So it just go choose to battery. Now, if you are running the camera as well, the unit, of course, drops like power. Like you're going to go probably to an hour and a half would be my guess. So if you are someone that's going to be like, I'm going to record my whole 8 hours. No, you're not. You're not. And you're going to lose your comm system because it's powering the camera as well. So just kind of be aware of that, right? This is going to be, I'm guessing one of these is probably like your mesh button. And then I do like the fact that it has just this nice jog wheel, right? And it's got nice little, you guys can't hear it, but it's quiet, but it's got nice click points, which is good. I like the click points. And I think, yeah, these are all clicky. So I'm guessing this is how you like change volumes, change channels. This will be like your clicks to enter, et cetera, et cetera. My guess is power button. Again, I'm not saying it is. I'll come back to you after I've used it for a while with a little review on it. And this is my guess is the mesh button, but again, I'm not 100% sure. If you are using the mesh, you will see an antenna here, and yeah, it's a good antenna, right? It's got a good spring. Yes, nice spring on that, which is good, and it's easy to access because you need that up. You need that up when you're using mesh. Now, the other thing I really like, I think that was an awesome idea. There's a little protector on the lens, so you guys can see it. But see this little switch right here? There's a little switch. And what happens is, when you get it on your helmet, the chances are, let's say it's here, it's not going to be perfectly straight, right? Because your helmet curves. So depending on where this is or how much of a curve it is, you don't want your videos to constantly look like you're on an angle all the time. So what happens is, I don't know if you guys can see that right there. If you take this and you can actually, am I doing this right? Yeah. It's tight, which is good. But see how you can turn? You can actually turn the lens. So, and it has a little grid there for leveling, so you could set this up on the table on your helmet and then kind of look at it when your helmet is flat and be like, okay, so I got to angle it a bit more, or I got to angle it, right? So that, yeah, and it's based on it, of course, being on the left-hand side, because so it knows it's going to be angled this way, because you're not going to put it here, because for one, the camera would point backwards. That's no good. And number two is that this is your throttle hand, so this has to be here all the time. But I think that is excellent. I love the fact that and it's tight, right? So you're not going to put it here and it's going to change. Now, just realize, I don't think you would ever hit this by accident, because it's not a huge switch by any means, right? But I would just every once in a while just check to make sure, especially if you watch one of your videos and you're like, that seems crooked. Just kind of come back here and give that a little adjustment. Pretty standard little mount right there, which is cool. And there's your little power light. Yeah, that's fantastic. I like that. I like that. Okay, let's put that over there and come back to the box. And inside here, we are going to get a large little container. And at the very bottom, we have a user, like you have a quick start guide, you have a manual, you have all kinds of little Wi-Fi adapter instructions, etc., all kind of in this nice little setup ribbony thing, which super cool. We're not doing any of that right now. We may come back to it for sure. Inside here is going to be all your helmet goodies, you know. So you get it's a charger, but it's also, and this is the same that was on my Impulse helmet. Their USB connector also contains like a Wi-Fi adapter, so it can do firmware updates via that. Now, my thought is should possibly also be able to do firmware updates via the app. I'm not 100% sure. Anyways, this is your mic. So this is one of the Harman Kardon mics. It's got a nice little adhesive on it that's going to plug into the actual unit or the cable itself. This is the looks like one of the ear pads. Now, because it's again one of the Harman Kardon, it even says Harman Kardon on it. You see that? Harman Kardon. Yep. It's nice and thick, which is good, right? That's going to be the mount to clamp onto your helmet, which is cool. It looks like there's two different mounts. And my guess is the mounts are going to be based possibly. I have to verify this, and again in the future video I'll talk about it. My guess is that these are going to be based on the helmet that you're putting it on, right? This is also another mount, but this is a sticky mount. So if you don't want it to just clamp onto the side, maybe you have a helmet that you can't clamp it onto the side, or and this is something for me too, right? I like my helmet to be able to sit flat. So maybe I want that comm up a little higher, or maybe when it's up higher, it just has a better ability to seal on the helmet. So you use this. This is a 3M, so it would just stick to the side of the helmet. This is a different microphone. So if you are rocking a full face helmet, something like that, you can put this on there instead of the boom arm, because the boom arm is going to be good for modular helmets. The boom arm is going to be good. You can use it in a full face for sure. But it could also be used. I've seen a lot of people with like half helmets use these. These are going to be just some like Velcro pads. These are going to go in the ear holes, the cutouts usually, so that the actual speakers can mount there properly. Little microphone wing muffs for it. Cool. And you may be looking at these and say, what are these? These are spacers. So if you have a helmet that has a lot of space and you realize that you put it on and the speaker itself doesn't seem maybe as loud as you'd like it to be, or it just whatever, right? It's just kind of too far. You can use these little spacers, and these spacers allow you to kind of put them in that speaker pocket and then put the actual speaker on this, and then you're off and ready to go. That's kind of the unboxing. That's kind of the unboxing of this. I think we will, I'm going to have to charge this, but I will in a future video, we will definitely go through, I will do an update in the firmware and all that kind of stuff. But what I will do is we'll have a second video come out showing the footage of the camera and how well it actually connects to the mesh and all the other Sena gear. All right, guys, that's it for today. That's the 50C. Kind of first look at what comes in the box, and we'll see you guys later, soon. Links down below to Sena's if you want to Sena site, if you want to get more info, and to the Amazon Sena store. All right, guys, I'm out. Later.